Welcome back to the deep dive. We're jumping straight in today. We're looking at this huge, almost invisible crisis of waste pollution.
Right. But also focusing on some really visible solutions, things pioneered by young people on World Cleanup Day 2025.
And powered by Web3 tech, which is fascinating. Let's start with the scale, though. The waste problem itself.
Yeah, it's honestly hard to grasp. Globally, we generate about 2.1 billion tons of municipal solid waste every single year.
2.1 billion tons.
And then that's set to climb, maybe hitting almost 4 billion tons by 2050. But the crazy part is, for most people, it's invisible, right? We just don't see where our trash actually ends up.
That invisibility is stark in the numbers, too. Global recycling rates, they're really low, like 13.5% formally recycled.
And if you look at specific regions like Africa, estimates put it closer to maybe 4%. Yeah, it's a massive challenge.
So you've got this huge hidden problem, and traditional recycling isn't really keeping up. How do you even begin to tackle that?
That's where this pilot initiative comes in. The idea was to make local action, the physical cleanup, somehow measurable and crucially financeable.
Okay.
So the mission was to pilot Map and Clean using something called the Yoma Impacts Exchange. It's a Web3 platform. ICSO World, UNICEF, they were partners on this.
Right, Yoma Impacts Exchange. Let's unpack Map and Clean. How did that actually work on the ground?
Okay, so we had a couple of steps. First, participants got a basic intro to open mapping how to map things digitally. Then they used this mobile tool called ChatMap. Pretty simple, designed so anyone could use it, really. And they used that to capture geotagged locations, basically pinning illegal waste dumps on a digital map in their own neighborhoods.
So mapping the problem first, then what?
Then the cleanup itself. On September 21st, these youth teams went back to those exact spots they'd mapped, the ones with the digital coordinates, and they physically removed the waste. And the scale of participation was pretty amazing.
How many people?
2,537 across 30 countries.
Wow. Yeah. Places like Haiti, Sierra Leone, the DRC, working with schools, local groups. It was very community focused.
That grassroots energy is fantastic. There's that quote from OSM DRC Kinshasa you mentioned earlier. Start where you are, picking up a piece of trash.
Yeah.
These are victories.
Exactly. It captures that spirit, that local action matters.
But here's the challenge, right? How do you connect picking up one piece of trash in Kinshasa to, say, attracting serious funding? How does the tech prove the work got done?
That's the whole point of the Yoma Impacts Exchange, powered by ICSO. It's not just storing data, it's built for this. For registration, for capturing the evidence securely, and for reviewing the claims that work was done. And verification is absolutely central.
Who does the verifying?
In this pilot, it was an independent third party, Women in GIS. They checked that the evidence submitted actually matched the real-world activity.
Okay, so independent verification, that's crucial for trust. But to get investors interested, that proof needs to be solid, tamper-proof. This is where the tokenized impacts economy comes in. Exactly. We're getting into dMRV, that's decentralized measurement, reporting, and verification.
dMRV. Why decentralized? What does tokenizing the outcome, like waste diverted, actually do?
Well, think about the word economy, the Greek root, oikonomia. It means household management.
Right. Managing our shared household.
Which, we're arguably not doing very well right now. So dMRV creates this transparent, really robust, auditable record of the positive impact achieved, like a public receipt that anyone can check.
So it's not just a photo someone could fake. It's verified data tied to a time and place on a secure, decentralized ledger.
Precisely. And that verified proof, that waste diverted outcome, that's what gets turned into a digital token.
Okay, so the token represents the verified cleanup.
Yes. It translates that result into a kind of digital asset. An asset that funders can then confidently finance because they know the underlying impact is real and verified. It aligns everyone, the funders, the community, around solid proof.
And this isn't just theory. You mentioned they presented this in Addis Ababa.
Yeah. At the second Africa Union Skills Week, the Yoma team showed exactly how this model works in practice right now on the ground. It's not science fiction.
So the big takeaway for you listening, World Cleanup Day showed something powerful.
It really did. It showed how you can combine youth energy, simple mapping tools, and this verifiable digital evidence.
Yeah. To turn a local cleanup into something measurable, something financeable, something that can actually scale up and attract real investment.
That's the potential here.
So we'll leave you with this thought. What happens next? Imagine those cleaned up dumping grounds becoming community gardens, maybe social spaces.
Yeah, but realizing that potential, transforming those spaces, That requires ecosystemic coordination and cooperation.
Meaning governments, businesses, civil society, everyone needs to work together.
Yeah.
Can we actually coordinate that shift in capital and in mindset? That's maybe a topic for another deep dive.